Good afternoon. Isquist alon. Why hast schalchalt? Hello and good day. My name is Alon Eisenstein. I'm an assistant professor of teaching at the School of Engineering, and I'm an invited guest on the ancestral, traditional, and unceded territory of the Syilx Okanagan Nation. I introduced myself to you with a few words in Syilxchin, which is the language of the Syilx people. And I do that out of respect to the hosts, the stewards of this land from time immemorial. When you go to a different country, the first thing you ask is, how do I say hello? My name is, in the language of the country you visit. And so you might learn different words in different language, and yet we are here on Syilx Okanagan territory. And how many of us know how to say hello, good day, and my name is? And so I encourage you to reflect on your place on this land, what it means, and how can you show respect and engage in reconciliation, because that is something that we all do, we all should do more and more often of. So I'd like to welcome you all again. I welcomed the students at 1 o'clock, just a few hours ago, as we launched today's event, our Capstone Design Project Competition and Showcase. And so we had a competition, we have winners, we will announce them very shortly, and we are now having a showcase, and we are grateful for all the guests that have joined us today. These are the students, our faculty members, the family members of our students and our faculty members, our industry partners who have gave us a lot of tough problems to solve, our industry partners and guest judges that spend the last few hours going through these poster sessions and making the hard choice of who is the winner. And finally, I'd like to welcome Councillor Loyal Wooldridge, our Deputy Mayor, who will welcome and give some closing remarks before we announce the winners, because you know that you can wait just a few more minutes before you know who's the winner. Councillor Wooldridge.
Waihaskell Halt, East Queest, Loyal Wooldridge. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Loyal Wooldridge. Come in a little bit closer. Come in a little bit closer. I don't bite that hard. What an exciting day for everybody here today. I bring greetings on behalf of Mayor Tom Dias. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here today, so you're stuck with me. Hopefully I'll do. It's so exciting to see all of the innovation that all of the students have taken on to tackle problems that impact communities here locally, provincially, as well as throughout our country. And being supported by industry partners and different government partners has really shown the collaboration of community, which is awesome to see. But before we speak any further, I want us all to take an exhale and take a breath, which I know is hard when you're in engineering. You've dedicated so much to your undergraduate degree, to this program. I'm married to an engineer from the engineering program, and I know how hard he worked when he was going through his training here. So I want everyone to take a breath, because you've come a long way. This is a really demanding program, and all of these projects have been really demanding since September. So how do you all feel about them? That's what I wanted to hear. I've heard there's close to over 50 projects here today, which shows us the strength of working together and sharing our knowledge. The focus of innovation and sustainability solves real-world challenges in advanced manufacturing, biocompatible systems, infrastructure, and other words that I don't understand. It's great to see some of our City of Kelowna representatives here as well talking about water. We hear about that a lot around the council table, and rely on the advice of professionals like yourselves. I also want to take the time to recognize and acknowledge the faculty, staff, and industry partners who have all supported these students to bring these projects to life. Can we give them a round of applause? We know that on-the-ground knowledge and training that they can share from real-world experience helps bring what you learn at the university into real life. At the City of Kelowna, we recognize the positive impact that UBCO Okanagan has created as we build the city of the future. We also know when we're making decisions how important it is to attract employment opportunities to retain talent locally. And now something that's really close to my heart and I want to take the time to hold space for and acknowledge is that it's so encouraging to see the evolution of the field of engineering. Equity, diversity, and inclusion is part of the School of Engineering's core values. And representation of diverse backgrounds is important, especially in fields like engineering, which is primarily and historically dominated by males. By infusing these core values into education, we embed diverse perspectives into the workforce and the broader community. I'm excited to see this cohort's graduating engineers represent many underrepresented groups, both from underrepresented women, diverse backgrounds, gender diverse groups, new immigrants, and students overcoming poverty, various forms of disabilities that may be seen or unseen. So I just really want to raise my hands to this industry for continuing to evolve to address EDI in a meaningful way, and so I'd just like to hear a round of applause for that. Now, we promise to keep my remarks short because you give a politician a microphone and we tend to go on and on and on. So with that, I just want to recognize all of you here today, and I look forward to seeing the impacts of your work on our community, both here locally, provincially, throughout the nation, as well as internationally. So congratulations. I look forward to hearing all about the winners. Have a great day.
So without further ado, I will start to announce the winners in the individual project categories. So in the infrastructure category, the winning team, and once I announce the winning team, please come up and Leslie will hand you the certificate and Tyler will be available to take a picture of the winning team. So the winning team in the infrastructure category is Team 11, the group that worked on the Chase Road subdivision. So the judging panel was impressed, and it's important that I explain why the teams won so that everybody understands what the judges are deliberating on. The judges felt that this team explained the engineering process really well. Just to give you some background, this team had to do a feasibility study on a plot of land in Lake Country to determine whether or not it was feasible to build some affordable housing. The team felt that this project was very relevant. They also felt that their output was something that an engineering company could almost immediately use to make a decision about whether or not it was feasible to use this plot of land. So it was a really impactful study with obvious real-world implications, and it was very well done, obviously. So thank you very much. Okay, in the advanced manufacturing theme, the winning group is, are you ready, Leslie? Yep. Group 37, Thrust Cushion Vehicle. So in presenting their case for this team as the winning group, the judges commented that they used a very clear design cycle. So just again, context, this group designed, I guess, a new type of thrust mechanism for a vehicle. They felt that the team went through a really clear design cycle. They completed simulations, they built a prototype, and they tested various parameters in a very clear and convincing way. They also commented that the team was highly multidisciplinary, and it was clear that they had collaborated very tightly in order to achieve their finished product. Thank you very much. Okay, in the biocompatible systems theme, the winning team is Team 41, emergency cervical collar for patients with abnormal anatomic neck positions. So what this team did was they designed a neck collar for patients who needed their neck to be positioned in a stable manner. The judges commented that this team presented very clear objectives. They had interviewed real users. They worked with paramedics in order to form a really clear needs assessment. There was a really smart implementation of engineering, science, and design. And of course, they presented their results in a very clear way, and it was clear that they had used data to drive a lot of their decisions. So thank you very much. Yeah. Next up, in the complex systems theme, the winning group is Team 21, the cable tray robot. It's really impossible to miss this team. Their giant cable tray robot is in the back of the room. What this team did was they designed a robot to solve a real-world problem, which is the annoying task of laying down cable on top of cable trays. The judges noted that this was a really good solution for a real-world problem, and that really they had never seen anything like this in the marketplace. This was a very well-balanced team, and they were able to really defend every single decision they made in their design process. Really, what they produced looks like something, maybe if they give this team another few months, it could actually appear in the marketplace, and these are just comments from the judges. So overall, this was a really well-done project, and the judges felt like they could have talked to this team for another hour. And finally, in the sustainability theme, the winning team is Team 28. Battery module for a solar-powered car. So what this team did was they designed a battery module for a solar-powered car. The judges remarked that this team embodied what engineering is meant to be. They were able to design a finished product that met the needs of not only a problem of today, but also a problem of tomorrow. They were very clear on the criteria they had to meet, and they communicated both what they could achieve and also what they didn't achieve. So there was an incredible clarity and honesty in how they conveyed the results. It was also commented that this team was highly multidisciplinary and that they did seem to fit together perfectly. So congratulations. So just for transparency, we had teams of judges give cases for each of the winning groups in their subcategories. And then as a whole judging panel, there were 16 of us. We then subsequently voted on the teams that we felt were the best overall. And we had to go through a couple rounds of deliberation in order to come to a fairly consensus decision on the top overall team. So maybe let's get like a drum roll. Let's like do this. Yeah. Okay. So the overall winner in the 2024 Capstone Design Competition is Team 21, the cable tray robot. So if you want to come up, come on up. Maybe, yeah. Yeah, you get a certificate, so you guys get 2 certificates, and yeah, please do gather around the trophy. So when we were deciding on an overall winner, what really impressed the judges, impressed everybody, was the fact that laying down cables on cable tray is a real-world problem. Let me give you some more context on this team. This team is a student-sponsored project, meaning they had no industry partner, no industry support. The person who proposed, the student who proposed this project, actually had to lay down cable and realized how hard it was, and assembled an amazing team to solve this problem. And if you get a chance, please do check out their prototype, where they demonstrate how their robot can, just with a controller, lay down arbitrary lengths of cable on cable track. So everybody was really impressed with how this could potentially solve a real-world problem. It can make a hard job a lot easier, and it can actually really reduce risk, increase safety. It really is just an amazing project. So congratulations, and you're very deserving winners of the Capstone competition in 2024. I do also want to point out that in the past, student-sponsored projects were disadvantaged because they had no industry support, which means they generally had the fewest resources. This team was able to do what they did because Alon applied for federal government support, which allowed us this year to provide $2,000 extra of Capstone support to student-sponsored teams. So this team was able to obviously use those funds in a very effective and impactful way. And so this kind of builds on kind of what we're trying to do here at the school, which is ensure that we are helping students realize their full potential and realize their entrepreneurial dreams as well. Okay, so with that, I want to wrap up the closing ceremonies. Thank you very much for participating. Thank you to the students for your dedication and hard work this whole year. Thank you to the parents and family for your support. Thank you to the faculty that I see sprinkled in the audience for your guidance. And thank you to everybody here for making today possible. This is really a special event, and our collective presence here makes it all the more special. I'm going to end on a few housekeeping notes, a little anticlimactic. As you are leaving this venue, please just take down your poster and leave it on your table. So don't take your posters home. Just take your posters off the board and leave it on the table. As for the prototypes that we see, make sure you bring the prototypes home. However, there are some prototypes that I've indicated the school might be interested in adopting. So for those teams, be prepared to donate the prototype back to the school so that we can use it to showcase to future prospective students. Make sure you take all garbage with you. Let's leave this venue as we found it, clean and pristine. And finally, if you do have an industry partner, make sure you deliver your final report to your industry partner and any deliverables, okay? So make sure you manage the relationship with your industry partner well all the way to the end and deliver the final report to them. Otherwise, thank you again. Let's give each other a round of applause. Have a good weekend and good luck on your exams.